We have a little bit of a loose part play game here called Build a Snowman. Swimmers are split into two teams, equal if possible. At the start, there is a selection of loose part play items that is relative for them to be able to build a snowman. So what I mean by loose part play is things like cut up noodles you can use for arms. You've got craft foam pieces, diving sticks, hoops, maybe poly spots that you could use as the snowman's body, cones, ball pit balls, pom-poms, anything that you can think of that you have within your equipment cupboards that you can use, or maybe just think about some extra things that you could add that would be helpful for this game. You could be as creative as possible, and the swimmers basically take it in turns to take down the items to the other end of the pool space. Ideally it's 25 meters, so you can use wall to wall, and they're going to create and be very creative and create their snowman out of the equipment that you have provided. Only one item can be taken down at a time, so they can't put everything underneath their armpit and off they go. They have to do one at a time. They swim down, place it, and then they swim back, and then the next swimmer then goes down. It's basically the team that creates the snowman the fastest. It looks like a snowman. It could be that just the equipment that you've put out is what they use, so that it's an end result and it's quite clear what the end result is for you as a teacher. Or it could be that they have to use X amount of items in order to create it, and then that's what the end is. So variations are that you could add in relative moves as well. So as a team, they can decide who's going to be taking what down based on the movement. So I would create almost like a little bit of on a whiteboard, or even, type it up and laminate it so they know what moves is relative to what item that you have. It's probably best that you do that, not me here to be able to give you a free resource. But I've given you some examples of what you could write. So the circular items that you have, maybe they are rolling because it's the snow for the body and the head, so they can go twice there with regards to the heads, and they're rolling. So they could do 3 or 4, 5 strokes forward and then do a roll, 5 strokes and then a roll, and so on as they're going down towards, and of course they need to hold that item as they're going down. Noodles, they could be holding out in streamline, which are for the arms of the snowman. They could be doing streamline kicks on their front and back. They can hold it up as they're swimming along. They could be holding it up and out of the water as well, to give them a little bit of to be able to push them down a little bit in the water for their core strength. The pom-poms, you can use them as a little bit of a balance. You can have them, they can balance them on their foreheads. They've got them between their toes, between their feet, or they could blow them across, for instance, like that. Cones, you could have them on a kickboard and they have to balance it going across. Again, you could have them holding it with one hand, swimming across. Just think of sort of, creative ways that they can hold these items as they're going. But make sure you have a list as to what the move is relative to the item to help them out. Maybe you can actually add like normal regular hats, scarves and gloves. Maybe they have to put the gloves on. Just be careful about the scarves. Maybe put them around their tummies instead of around their necks. They can wear hats, so if they've got their swimming hat on already, maybe you can add in a little bit of a winter hat that they have to swim across with, and then they take it off and put it on there. Maybe you've already got a like a play mat that I create of a snowman. They just need to add it to it. Maybe you've done craft foam shapes that they can then add and build, rather than loose part play items, depending on what you've got available. It's always really quick and cheap, and good to get a pack of craft foam to be able to make these things. You can get really inexpensive bags of pom-poms and things like that, and you can always add in artificial snowflakes to give it a little bit of a different dynamic. But let's see it in action. Here we are with all the equipment at one end. Teacher, you're going to say, create your snowman, and off they go. They're going to choose which they're going to get. They're going to take it down. Ideally, you want it from wall to wall. If you need to do it width to width, then do that. If you have a large cohort of swimmers, maybe you want to put them into, rather than two groups, maybe you could do them in more threes or fours. Just depends on how many that you have in your group. So here they have. They've created their snowman, however way they wanted to do it. You probably most likely find that it's very different. What they could do, you could also add in, is that if the other team has something specific that they need, then you can go off, they can actually ask and see if they could trade, or if they haven't used it, maybe they could ask whether or not they could use it. A little bit of deliberation going on there, and a little bit of tactical work going on. Maybe the team will say no and that's what it is, or maybe they will say yes, absolutely. So something just a little bit extra fun to add in there too. So enjoy. This is a fantastic game, especially for winter time, and let me know how it goes, and have fun. Swim squad membership is going to be starting another cohort in 2025. I only open the doors every quarter. So we're opening this month in December, all of December, ready to start in January. And what a perfect time to start the year off with a big bang, in the sense of loads of information that is already on the membership. We've been going for 4 months already, so you've got 4 months of content to be able to even go through already. Every month there's brand new swim study topics that we talk about, that I go on, and we do a little bit of a workshop or masterclass, if you like. Each month is different. A guest speaker that's relative to that swim topic comes on. I have such amazing news in the fact that my favourite person, one of my most favourite people, Jill Connell, will be joining us next year for a chat about what was used to be called, I guess the buzzword's called risky play, but I call it exploratory or adventurous play, and she has her own way of thinking with regards to that, but that's what we're going to talk about. So I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. However, January, I have the amazing Mike Jones, who has recently come out with a book, and he is making an absolute storm in the business world of ensuring that people are happy and feeling happy and thinking for themselves too, knowing that we work such long hours as swimming teachers. So he's going to come on and talk too. But January is going to be all about planning, as well as to how you can make the most out of the time that you have for planning. And then we're going to have two amazing ladies that are going to be talking about sensational, sort of sensorial approach to life in general, but we're going to be talking about it swim-wise too. So that is swim study topic. We've got guest speakers. Oh my goodness, we have oodles of themes that are seasonal, and doing wintertime themes. There is in February, there is also lots of love going on. And I'm going to be doing a Dr. Seuss theme as well. March is going to be all about springtime and lots of lovely things as well. So next quarter is going to be really great with regards to the themes. There are so many different songs that I add there, loads of activities in each different theme that I do. There are games in there as well that you can adapt for the younger ones and older ones, depending on the ability. You'll also have, which is separate, is the higher stage games as well, similar to what you're watching now. And it gives you some quick games, but then they make such a massive impact in your lessons because it's fun, but they are learning so much more. You're having such an enriched program when you do these types of games as well. So I would love for you to join the The website is on here for you to go on and check out even more information. There's resources on there that you can print off and use. You have access to every quarter. You have part of the membership is a one-to-one with myself for an hour where we could talk about whatever you want to talk about with regards to your lessons, to business, anything that you would find useful for yourself. I am here for you, so make sure you make the most of that. And it's just really lovely to have a community together of like-minded teachers that are able to, really lean on each other and give each other a bit of a pickup and a boost, because we know that in this sort of purposeful, playful world, it can be quite tricky. So therefore, that's why coming together is going to be really lovely. So I'd love to see you there in January. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in 2025.